Welcome to Health Butts and Guts, on the forefront of intestinal health and nutrition. Tune in with Mel and Kev for enlightening tales of coffee enemas, perennial bleaching, and holistic teachings. Lovely.
I love a cup of Java, that magic little bean. First thing in the morning, when I'm done snoring, coffee's what I need. Some folks drink it from a mug, some pour it in a glass. But in West LA, they say the very best way is to take it up the ass. Ooh. Coffee enemas, it's the only way to go. For some pep in your step, get yourself a Grappuccino.
Cal, turn on your camera. Hey, Cal. And now turn on your audio. Cal, where you at?
Can you see me?
I can see you and I can hear you.
Yeah, I did it. Well, you look like a beaten housewife.
You know how I feel? I feel high and mighty.
Oh, do you have high and mighty on?
I love this sweater. So shout out to Lisa Haddad at High and Mighty. I love it. It's so cozy and it's cute because it's croppy. So when you wear it out, you don't feel frumpy.
I don't know where mine is. I have the white one. I wear the tank top all the time, but I have no clue where my sweater is. Story of my life.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love it. Oh, and then how funny. You're like really pretty, Cal.
Do you see I have like a mask on my face?
Mm-hmm. Your face looks very like as if you just got like a collagen treatment or something.
Well, I took one of those shavers and I basically shaved my entire face. I've been having like mental breakdowns on my looks, my age, the way I feel. And so I basically took one of those razors and shaved my whole face, but then it dried it out a lot. Like I put apple cider vinegar as a toner and it burned. Like I was
Right
like,
after you shaved it?
after I shaved it, yeah.
How?
I figured I had to tone it, but then I put tons of lotion on. But my skin is just dry, and I have clients that are always asking me like, what, like what do you do for your face? Like what's the best lotion? And I'm always like, water. You need to drink more water. And I'm over here like trying to put these masks on, but in the back of my head, I'm like, water, bitch, water, like drink more. So I do have my tea right now, and my thing says hustle juice.
Nice. Here's Cal. Cheers.
Thank you. So why do you have sunglasses on?
Well, because I'm really tired. This wedding planning thing has become like a third job. And I just didn't have time to get ready this morning. So I'm a basic B with no makeup on.
I love it. Well, it's funny because today's short shit. I feel like I haven't talked to you in so long. So people really, like everyone gets to actually catch up with us. But I wanted to keep it real with you this week and talk to you about just how I'm keeping it real. And I'm basically gonna just expose all my shit to you.
Okay. I'm ready. Lay it on.
But to respond to your, people, that's why their full-time job is wedding planning. That's why there's a whole business behind it. So to like recognize your feelings, it is a third job.
No, it makes me want to become a planner because I'm like, these people don't know what they're doing. You need to hire someone in addition to your planner to negotiate your contracts. You need to hire someone outside of that to like design what you want it to look like, and then advise you on like where to go buy things, where not to buy things. My whole place is stacked with boxes. My laptop is sitting on a gift that was sent to us.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Well, the thing is the money part is like you're to keep talking about hiring and hiring and hiring. It's either like you have to do it yourself or you pay someone for their skills, and it's like cha-ching,
so
cha-ching, cha-ching.
stressful. Yeah. And then you see the things they're charging you for, like, oh my God. We can have an episode on wedding planning by itself. It's so bad. If you guys want that, just message us and say, yes, please save my life, or ruin it, because you're going to expose all the things that I could have done when I was planning mine.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, you'll definitely have to help me plan mine because I can't even start to plan a birthday party, let alone a wedding. Like that just gives me the EBGBs. I stay far away from it. Probably why I've avoided it. I don't want to do it.
It's harder like when it's your own, because when I was talking to my planner before I hired her, she was like, yeah, and in the last week, you completely relinquish control and I take over everything. And I was like, I don't know if I want to cry, barf, or poop my pants, because that freaks me out, you know? Because it's true. It's like there's so many little things that I need to get done and that I could easily do myself, but because it's going to be my day, I can't do it. And I'm like, fine, the week of, I'll just go and set up all this stuff and do this and da 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 da. And then I'm like, wait, I can't do that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I can. Like, who says I can't, right?
I would say you're controlling it and you got to let go.
No, Cal. I just can't wait till you're in this seat and I'm going to tell you the same thing.
No, I can do it all by myself. Oh my gosh, I
And
love
I'm sitting in a puddle with that song in the background, all by myself, and I'm like crying because it looks like a circus or something.
Oh gosh, I love it so much. You'll be okay. It'll all work out.
Well, regardless, I'm like open bar. So everyone's just going to be all like having a good time and happy, and then they won't notice anything that goes wrong.
Exactly. Nothing's going to go wrong. It's all about intentions.
Exactly. Just dance the night away
Yeah.
with a cocktail in my hand and an enema waiting for me the next morning.
It's balance. It's all about balance. And that is how I'm going to lead into how balance in our life is freaking crazy. And basically, when we started this podcast, I wanted to like hold myself accountable, right? Like I'm going to be honest, like we already know that I'm an extremist with things where it's like 1 minute I'm like super healthy and telling everyone you need to eat organic, you need to do this, you need to run, you need to be healthy, you need to be stay positive, blah 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 blah. And then the next I'm like at the drive-through of Del Taco. I probably have a 40 in the back of my car, you know, like I've got a joint behind my ear. You know, like it's just very extreme. And just because I got help, like because I'm no less of a degenerate because I got healthy, right? Like, so I fluctuate in that lifestyle of going from healthy to not healthy. And we've had listeners get like feel inside where they've been upset with whoever has posted something about like, what, you got 6 minutes just juice, or like moms that are like, Kelly or Mel, like you guys don't understand what it's like to be a parent and you're just saying, oh, be healthy, oh, do this. So I want to say like this podcast was to hold us accountable, and it's not saying we're perfect, never claim to be perfect, hence why I was like, I'm getting on camera today, I'm keeping it real. I was posting a bunch on my cleansing and doing all that stuff, but there was something behind it to where I had it mentally that I was going to cleanse, but right before that cleanse, I missed my flight to Texas. Yeah. So I partied, I got super drunk. And when we had Lindsay's episode, I said like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of playing with the devil because I knocked on with like, oh, haven't gotten sick, haven't gotten a hangover, haven't, like I feel so good, I can drink again. And my life was just kind of like, oh, I was not paying attention. Of course, I always have the awareness of health because we've worked so hard on getting this knowledge, but just having this knowledge does not mean we follow it every day. It's a reminder to be good. Like, when you read the Bible, it doesn't mean you're the most perfect person in the world. It's a guidance to try and keep you on the right path, right?
Mhm.
So I got drunk and I didn't drink any more or less that I had been in that while, like a month, 2 months, where we were partying in Texas, we were partying here, I was working, doing really fun photo shoots, and then after just celebrating and staying up till 2 in the morning, just, being having fun, having a good time. And sure enough, the right before my flight, I mean, I was throwing up. I did a broth enema, like trying to, and my girlfriend's trying to help me, and I'm like, I'm gonna make the flight. I'm gonna make the flight. She's like, you can't even stand. Like every time, I mean, I threw up probably 9 times that morning, and the convulsions, like I was shaking, and it brought me back to
I'm never
that's
gonna
how
drink
I
again.
no, because I've always, like I play that game too, like, oh, I'm never gonna drink again. But I don't think I have intentions of ever not drinking. I know people that say like, oh, I'm never drinking again, but I use my tools. Like I need to reel it in, and it's like, okay, you think you can have that fun, but you partied that hard, then you need to cleanse that hard. So um when I went back to Texas and I was like sharing with HBG my cleansing, and everyone's like, oh, you're so good, you're so motivating. And other people are DMing and like, um, oh, like it's you don't know what you're talking about. Like, put yourself in my shoes, or you don't have time, or you don't understand. And it's like, I'm not trying to be in your shoes. I'm trying to hold myself accountable, and I'm not perfect. And I'm just so thankful that I can share the tools, and that you share your tools with me, and that other people share their tools of like how we can become better again. It's like we fall and we have these hard crashes, and I'm like, I don't want to miss my flight ever again. Like I felt bad, I felt weak, I felt like a degenerate, and I was like, I don't want to be that person. But it happened, and I didn't sit in that. And I was like, the next day I was like, all right, cleaned the whole house in Long Beach, got everything ready, I cleaned myself up. I was like, this is it. I had my goals. And that being said, so I wanted to just kind of recap my cleansing that I did. With not only did I do the diet cleansing where I just reintroduced, and if you want, I can post that cleanse where it was just raw foods, then 1 day of juice, then raw foods. But I also did like Epsom salt baths. Like I took time, and I know some people are going to be like, Kelly, I don't have time for that. And it's like, make time, even if it's at night for 5 minutes, if your kids go to bed, and I'll help you. Like sometimes we can't do it, and sometimes we can, all we are is a team.
Yeah. I guess like I would kind of like dig deeper into that and say, okay, like everyone do you, right? So why do you have to come and like not like why does someone have to come and knock you down and be like, oh, this is unrealistic? Or it's like it just kind of sounds like they're frustrated within themselves, and maybe they really want to do it, but they're like mad that they can't, and they're just taking it out on you instead of just being like, I'm mad, I hate you that you can cleanse, but help me please.
Yeah.
you know
And you know what? That's the Ho'oponopono, where that's exactly it. Like, what is resonating? What is sitting inside you? Why are you mad at me because I'm posting like you have 5 minutes to juice? So, and I will be your, like, I'll let you. Damien said this to me before, and I think it felt so good. He was like, I'll let you. I'll be your punching bag. Like you can get it all out on me and I'll allow it. And I'm like, I don't want to, you're not my punching bag. Like you're my lover. I don't want to punch you, but like our listeners, you guys can, you're more than welcome to be mad at me, but know that maybe like when you're really mad at me, look inward. And I'm okay because I see things and I get pissed too, but now I'm like, oh shit. The ho'oponopono, like, so I'm just over here like, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, oh my god, what is it, like, shit, maybe it's because I do need to cleanse, and maybe I need to prioritize my time better, like, what am I doing? Or once again, you're right, like looking inward.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't have to be, like you said, perfect, right? So if you don't own a juicer or you don't have time to physically juice, just maybe add it on your grocery list, right? Like get like fruit and eat fruit maybe more, or like order juices from like a local juice shop, or I don't know what the better juices are at like the health food stores, because obviously they're not fresh, but maybe it's better to drink that than a Coke that day or something, or a coconut water or something like that. So don't put too much pressure on yourself that you have to do it perfectly or you have to do it the same way that you are doing it or someone like another influencer is doing it. It's just those baby steps give you little wins to be excited. Like, okay, I did that, like I look like crap. I have barf all over me, like I didn't shower for 2 days. I'm just trying to survive and keep my kids alive. So I had like a coconut water today or something, like
Yeah,
feed your soul and your life with these things and like don't be so hard on yourself.
that's exactly it. It's like, fine, have a Snickers bar every day, but know in the back of your mind, like, I'm eating a Snickers bar. This is what I'm getting through to the day, through to get through my day. But maybe next week I've got to cleanse because last week I ate Snickers all day. Instead of and the following week being like, I don't know, I'm just tired. I can't do it now. Like it's gonna be a down. Like you have to hold yourself accountable. Like you can't just stick your head in the sand. Like I could have easily been like, I missed my flight. Like I've gotta get another side job. But my gas bill here was $450.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
thanks,
what are you
California.
doing? Ah,
And I'm like, I'm only here for 2 weeks out of the month. Why is it $450, California?
what?
Yeah, that happens. So just, things where you're just like, hold yourself accountable, right? Like I knew better not to drink before flight because I've thrown up on a flight before, and if you've ever thrown up in a airplane, it is disgusting. It's like a porta potty. But
Ew.
like I'm not perfect, and I'm not trying to be perfect. So we're a freaking team. Like if you don't have time, I go to the thrift stores all the time. I'm always looking for unique like jackets or for wardrobe. I'm looking for cool vintage. You could see my house like here. I got vintage stuff everywhere. But you can find, when you said the money thing, like you don't have a juicer, you can find a blender and you don't have to juice. You can blend up kiwi and apple. I mean, in Mexico, that's how they make their juice, and it's freaking delicious. So that takes 30 seconds. You're literally just throwing fruit in the blender. So if you feel mad, then DM us and tell us go fuck ourselves, and maybe we can help each other. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of what's been happening, and I love it, and I'm so thankful. But I'm not perfect, and I can't claim to be, so I'm keeping it real. I also am really struggling with getting Botox because of the toxins. Like I'm like, do I do it? Do I not? It's completely out of my system. Like I'm trying to drink more water, and I hear all these excuses coming out of my mouth. But like as a team, I know it's there. I don't put my head in the sand and be like, oh, well, I didn't know, because we do know, and we need to share what is causing sickness and what's causing us to have energy and how to be better.
Yeah, my dad was telling me the other day, he's like, I was listening to the news and there was a report about why do we like deepen our voices when we're imitating, when we're like sharing someone's like story. Sorry, my nose is leaking. Anyways, he's like, yeah, they were talking about when you eat processed foods, it takes like 20 years off of your life. He's like, so stay away from processed foods. I'm like, I try. I was like, I really am trying to. It's like, you preach to the choir right now. But it's true. You were like, we need to probably do an episode on like what exactly is processed food, because there's so many. Because I was telling my dad, I'm like, yeah, well, hopefully a lot of people are going to make the shift and be more aware, because a lot of people on Instagram are exposing companies that are lying about their ingredients or their false marketing. And he's like, yeah, but they're still lying. They're still like shifting the marketing, shifting the words, spinning things. So people think, oh, I'm getting this healthy thing with natural flavors. And then it's really not that. Um,
Right.
so yeah, it's like obviously having to make those shifts. Okay. So tell me, so what did you do? What was you did the raw foods, and then what else?
I juiced. I also did the Aztec clay mask because I was trying to do my skin along with the Epsom bath. And I even put apple cider vinegar. I've been using apple cider vinegar as my toner on my face, just because so many of us don't think about products. And this is something that it just sits in my heart where I know I'm going to, as a makeup artist, I'm going to switch over to clean products. But do you know how hard it is to throw thousands of dollars away? And that's a struggle in my life where I'm like, I know better, but there's also purpose where that really organic, nice foundation is not going to photo well on my bride, and she doesn't give a shit. She wants, you know what I mean? She wants the photos to look good. So it's something that I'm working on what I'm using for what purpose.
Mhm.
And so the Aztec clay mask, sorry, I go on my tangents, but the Aztec clay mask, I juiced. I also made my own candy. There's a girl, Madison, Miranda Madison. She does these little cooking things that we've posted on Instagram, and um, I believe it was one of her recipes for a chocolate. It was like dairy free, gluten free, and I made these little Reese's cups.
Ooh.
And so I'm like over here. It was so quick. Like I also made my own orange sorbet, where you just freeze little oranges and then you just put it in the food processor and it literally turns creamy. It's the trippiest thing ever. It's only oranges, nothing else.
Do you take the pulp out of the, like, what am I trying to do?
Like peel like the
Right?
stringy stuff.
Do you peel off like the casing of each slice?
No, you just peel it like you would eat it, and then you put them on a cookie sheet and then freeze it, and then that's when you'll put it in the food processor. It looks kind of chunky at first, but you just have to like trust the process and it becomes creamy.
Okay, I have a problem with putting stuff on a cookie sheet and sticking it in your freezer. Like, who has a freezer that's that wide and that empty?
Texas.
How does
Texas
this work?
people.
Unless you have one of those fancy drawer freezers that's not full. Like, how else are you gonna do it? You have to have like, oh, maybe you could put on a plate. You put on a
Yeah,
plate,
you
like
can
put a few
utilize
plates in there.
different things. You can use like a little one of those glass
Do they
trays.
have to be on a sheet? Can they just be in a bag? Like you
Well,
go to the store and they're
you
like
just don't
fruit
want
is
them
like in
stuck
a bag.
together, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure why it's like that. I don't know. I've never tried it. But
Me and my
all
like
I know
Tetris
is
brain. I'm like, how are we gonna make this fit? And how are we gonna make this work?
but the thing is I was like, I knew that I was in cleanse mode, and I was like, okay, the internet is so easy. I like once again, I could have put my head in the sand and been like, oh, I'll just come home, and I could have drank with Damien, and I could have had continued the party and just acted like nothing happened and life is good because I like to party. Or I can pivot and I can look at, like, there's so many cool, we follow on HBG so many cool like food people that give these recipes, and it's so easy on the internet, right, to be like, all right, instead of going out tonight, I'm going to focus on myself. Like I stretched, Damien, I stretched, which it was so nice because you work on your relationship as well. So when you're cleansing, I mean, of course, I might be a psycho, I might be crying, I might be hungry, you're releasing a lot of stuff, and when you're aware of that and you're doing it with someone, then you can kind of be like, oh, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. Like I was hyper aware of how I was feeling every second.
Maybe you can, if you guys don't mind us, like, like being in your intimate space of stretching, maybe you could do like one of those fast forward videos of you
Mhm.
and Damien stretching. So it's kind of like everyone can kind of see what it looks like. Because, like you could stretch in different ways or however long it takes you, but maybe that would be cool for all of our listeners that don't listen and don't follow us. Um, see. um,
I love that.
how many enemas were you doing a day or like a week?
Um, every day, every day I was doing an enema. Some of the days I was doing 2 enemas, and I also was including oil of oregano every day into my enemas. And the weird, stringy parasite, whatever worm, whatever fake, whatever spaghetti noodle that comes out of my body was just one was hanging out, and I had to call Damien in. I'm like, "Bang." Oh, my sister visited. My sister got to see it firsthand too, which
Nice.
I juiced for 7 people in the house. It was amazing. It was like I get to feel what it's like to be a mom and have like my hair being pulled out and no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. But we still did it. Um, but I had one of those things hanging, and I texted my sister. I'm like, get your ass in here. She flying through the door, and I'm like, and she's like, oh, and she's like, that's disgusting, and she ran away. And my sister watches Dr. Pimple Popper, like but it's real. This is not. I am not making this up. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans just so people could have the pictures and see this stuff because it's wild. So I was like, goodbye, good day, see you later. This is I meditated also. I put intentions what I want for my to focus for income and different areas with my podcasting, with makeup, with the Airstream, so many things in my life. And so
How many
it was
days
really
did,
cool.
how
What's
many
that?
days, how many days did you do it for?
5 days.
Nice.
Yeah. And at the end of it, I actually didn't feel good. I like usually after I do that cleanse, I feel really energized and hyped, and my skin's glowing and everything. I didn't. I felt up at day 5, like when we started introducing different foods in. I kind of felt sluggish. I also tried working out those last 2 days because during the cleanse, I felt like I was on top of the world. Um, but I overdid it. So that's something too, where it's like balance. You can't just like, I'm once again the extremist, like here I go. And I thought I could go work out, and it's like, no, 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 you should have laid and listened to your thoughts and maybe like organized something or just relaxed, just be.
Mhm.
So
I know
keep it real, Cal.
there's so it's Lent now, and there's this book that I got. It's really cool. It just kind of like walks you through every week. But in the back of it, it has these like daily things that you can do. And you don't have to be Orthodox or Christian or whatever to do it, but it's kind of cool. Did I cut him out? I think no, I kept him in here. Okay. Oh no, I did cut them out. Okay. But some of them, okay, they're like daily like challenges or suggestions. So for example, like it'll say like fast off of multitasking, right? Or fast off of talking about other people, or just like different things. So it was kind of cool. And like I cut them up and I put them in like a little bucket. And every day, like I take one out, and then I'm like, okay, this is my daily challenge. Or it's like a ho'oponopono, like pray for like this type of person, or pray for whatever. So it just kind of made me think of when you're like, I wanted to do this and I wanted to do this and this. And it's like, well, maybe we need to not multitask.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to, sorry, I have all these windows like popping open. Yeah, like maybe it's just like you said, sit with it, meditate on it, listen to your body and feel your body detoxing and cleansing. And yeah, that's so cool that you did that. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I feel proud, and I feel strong, you know, like at times I feel really weak, and I want people to know that as well. Like I said, when I'm sitting in the Del Taco parking lot, you know, I'll even claim something that makes me really sad. I had a cigarette that
Ooh.
I know, and it's like, I know, and it's those things where it's like, yeah, it happened, and it's like, am I proud of it? No. Am I gonna like? My mom had lung cancer. You know what I mean? It's like it's just something that I could be like, well, I did it, whatever, you know. Or it's like, no, I did it. Am I proud of it? No. But do I tell people that shit like that happens? And if you see me at Gallagher smoking a cigarette, no, I'm just kidding. But it's true. Like we have to hold ourselves accountable, and instead of being like, no, 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 I'm trying, it's like, no, I did it and I don't want to do it, so I'm saying it out loud, like, try harder, be better, you know. And when we hold each other accountable and we have these posts about being better and you feel it, then you're mad, then, oh. Remember we're not perfect and you can keep trying.
I love it. Well, on
Yeah.
that note, don't follow us.
No, please, just
Sorry.
no one's gonna know about this episode.
Don't look at this video on YouTube because
Does
you'll
my
see
face
us
melting
so
off? Oh, dear.
keeping it real without any makeup on or filters. And yeah, thanks for listening and following and subscribing and buying buckets and coffee.
You. Bye,
Bye.
guys.